We're here at the Royal Automobile Club with Ben Cussons and with David Richards discussing the upcoming election of the new president of the FIA. Now, the election takes place on December the 17th. The choice is between two candidate teams, one led by Graham Stoker of Great Britain and the other led by Mohammed bin Sulayem. Now, gentlemen, this election is clearly important to your respective bodies, the RAC and Motorsport UK. But why is it so important, David, to the UK in general as well?
Well, it's important, as you say, to our members, the UK members, because the change at the top of an international federation is very important to us all, and none more so than at this time. We've enjoyed a great period of stability under Jean Todt, and Jean has extraordinary experience across every facet of motorsport, and there couldn't be a more competent individual to head up the organisation. He's not someone who can be followed either. He's so unique in his style and the way his work ethic. So we're going into a period of change, and it's very appropriate because we're also going into a major period of change across motoring and across motorsport. So we've got to look to the future now, and we've got to think, how are these two candidate teams going to develop their role and develop the sport for the longer term? And this is critical to our members in the UK. So it's not something we can just sit on the sidelines and let happen. We can't let it be just business as usual. We have to focus in on the real issues, and we have to represent our members in this. And the way we've gone about this, the way we've tried to impart some transparency to the process, in our view, has been very important.
So the choice had to be made. Two candidate teams, Graham Stoker's team, Mohammed bin Sulayem's team. Ben, what steps did you take to make sure that you were best equipped and best informed to make the right kind of decision on behalf of your members?
Well, both Motorsport UK and the Royal Automobile Club are members' organisations. Their respective boards are responsible for their members for the decisions they take. So we wanted to conduct it in an open and transparent manner so we could demonstrate to our members we'd fully explored what both candidates were going to offer. So we effectively held a hustings, and we invited both candidate groups to come to the clubhouse here in London and present their manifestos. They had a 2-hour slot. They could produce a presentation and show that if they wished to, and then there was question and answer thereafter. And we did this. We invited representatives of our board. We also videoed and streamed the process for those members of the respective boards that could not attend. And on the premise, and made clear to the two groups that this would also be made available to our members if they requested and wanted to see the process that we'd gone through. And it was a very enlightening experience. It gave us a great opportunity to really probe deeply into their manifestos and understand what they could bring to the table if they were to be elected.
So detailed presentations here, video recording as well. What has been the reaction of the members?
I think it's important to expand on Ben's point there. We felt as a board representing our members that the whole process was a little bit closed, that it was treated as a sort of a decision amongst friends, if you like, a sort of election amongst a small body of people. We don't believe that's the way sports federations should behave these days. We've seen what's gone on in other federations around the world. We want to be different. We want to ensure that our members have a say, they have a voice, and this was important to us. And we explained to our council and in turn to our members how we were going about this. And of course, we had the discussions. They were very open and frank discussions, and very, very worthwhile. As Ben says, we learned a lot from it. Unfortunately, Graham Stoker's team decided that they did not want that video to be shared with our members subsequently, which is somewhat confusing and a big surprise to us to receive that. On our website, you will see the other team, the Mohammed bin Sulayem team. Their videos is shown in its entirety. So we've left our boards and our members in somewhat confusion, I think, about the state we're in at the moment, and because it certainly doesn't sit well with us that we can't share this information and share the video with people.
Well, I'm sure that wasn't actually decisive. You had the chance to examine a lot of detail of the presentations, and as a result of all of that, you've come to what decision? Well,
we feel that the team for Mohammed, they haven't got all the answers, and they'd be the first to accept that. But they do accept there's need for change. And we feel that in these turbulent times and what's going on ahead of us, that's what's required. We can't just sort of accept, just trust us, it'll be business as usual, it'll all be fine. I honestly don't think this is right in this day and age. So our vote is going to go to Mohammed bin Sulayem's team.
And Ben, what do you find particularly persuasive about Mohammed bin Sulayem's team and presentation and plans for the future?
I think you've got to take, there's two strands of the FIA, sport and mobility. And from the mobility perspective, it's the level of detail they've gone into in preparing their manifesto. They've really taken a look forward to where the FIA should be and could be in the next few years. They've not come up with a manifesto, it's revolution, it's evolution, but it's respecting good governance in world governing bodies, which, as we've seen with some others, has been under scrutiny in the last few years. I think that they've really put a lot of effort into it. They're very much looking to serve all the members of the FIA, not just a few. So as a consequence, like Motorsport UK, the Royal Automobile Club's vote will be for Mohammed bin Salman.
I'm sure it's been a tough decision, a close decision. I think a lot of people might be a little surprised that the national bodies haven't gone for what was perceived to be, I suppose, the home candidate. What's the reasoning behind that?
But isn't that the very traditional way sports federations have voted in the past? And isn't this the very reason we should be challenging today? Yes, Graham is British, but so is Robert Reid, who's standing as the Deputy President on Mohammed's ticket. So it's not a partisan decision. This is a decision made out of solid, conscious sort of interrogation of the proposals for the future.
It's a hugely important decision because these are very challenging times from the motorsport point of view and from the mobility point of view. How would you sum up the challenges ahead?
Crikey, well, anybody can see in the world of sport or mobility that the world is changing very rapidly, whether it's development of electric powertrains, hydrogen powertrains, the whole environmental impact of motorsport. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It contributes hugely to the economies of many nations. So therefore, you've got to take the good bits out of that and try and eliminate the bad bits. So there's lots of opportunity there, but only by having a proactive candidate team will you actually get the best out of it. And that's the job of the FIA, to lead both mobility and sport.
And your decision has been taken and your decision is clear.
Thank you.
Thank you.